the reason you stood out to me was because you have this poofy, airy crust. Kind of, I when I see it, like I hate putting people into a box, but it kind of reminds me of Canotto style.
Yeah, no, I
Canotto
mean, that's
style.
what it is. That's exactly what I'm going for. I'm like, I want that contemporary Neapolitan pizza that like the new generation of chefs in Naples are bringing up. You know, like
What does Canotto mean? Does it mean contemporary or
no,
no?
it's just the style. Like they're kind of
Okay, yeah.
used, I think, synonymously. Like
Mhm.
contemporary Neapolitan pizza is like that Canotto style. It's when you have that overly like hyperbolic almost crust where it's just like over the top and it
Hyperbolic. I
looks
like that.
beautiful and it's aesthetically pleasing. But a lot of people, like I post my pizzas online, and by and large everybody's very very nice about very complimentary with their reactions. But I get, a certain crowd who just hate. I mean, like they fervently hate it. They call it a donut. They call my pizzas a tire. They, say that's a hemorrhoid pillow. They're like very, very graphic and like there's this level of
Wow.
emotional disdain for what I'm doing. I'm like,
Mm.
whoa, I'm just like making pizzas that I'm not even selling. Like people will be like, how could you dare sell that? I'm like, I'm making them in my backyard, right? Like people want to buy them, but I'm not selling them right now. Hopefully one day I can, sell some pizzas. But right now I'm just making them for friends and family and to showcase. But people get very, very emotionally invested in not liking this style of pizza. Um, and I think it's interesting because had I never, tasted this type of pizza or tried it, I probably would have felt, I mean, I wouldn't be this haterade level of extremeness, but I would probably be like, yeah, that's not for me because the dough consistency is so radically different than like what I was used to as an American eating pizza growing up. And I grew up in the Midwest. So like we had good pizza. Like I was very much a fan, not so much of like deep dish, but of like that bar style that, we had all over the Midwest. Like it was really something we could get anywhere and it's good pizza, but it's so much more dense. And I like New York style, but it's so much more dense. Like even Detroit style that's higher hydration is so much more dense than what I'm doing with these pizzas. And it's that lightness. It's like I kind of equate it to like a Krispy Kreme donut. Like if you've had a Krispy Kreme donut, it like dissolves in your mouth. So like that's what I'm going for in my texture. And it's just very recently that I've really started to achieve this, where it's like I feel like your teeth make it disintegrate upon contact, right? And it has to do with hydration, but that's just a piece of it. And people don't understand that. So like I could do 100% hydration level dough that would be stiffer than a 72% because the W index of your flour, like the strength of it is so important for how it absorbs the water. It's not really the whole picture to be like, yes, I have an 80% hydration dough. It's like, yeah, but you use like Manitoba flour that's 400 strength and like it's still hungry and still thirsty for water. So like that's something new that I've discovered. So I've been going weaker with my flour, but higher with my hydration. And like it just makes this dough that as long as it doesn't end up all over my fingers, and I actually get it into the oven. I mean, it's like a gourmet product and it's awesome.
Okay. Just a couple of things before I ask my next question about your W flour today.
Yeah.
Number one, I love the Krispy Kreme comparison. Huge fan of Krispy Kreme. Fresh, warm, even microwaved for 5 seconds afterwards.
Or I mean, even cold from the back of the car from 2.5 weeks ago, and I forgot it was back there. It's still good, right?
You and me both, okay?